Rapper Ye hereafter unleashed a wild flood of anti-Semitic posts on X this weekend. He was misogynist, he was racist, he was frankly disgusting. He talked about violence against women, he talked about violence against Jewish people and enslaving them, he talked about loving Hitler, he talked about white people and Jewish people who are different, that the Jews are always going to steal. Not to mention his statement that you have to put Jews in their place and make them into your slaves, something that he then followed up with this. He said, Jews were better as slaves. You have to put Jews in their place and make them into your slaves. He then said, sometimes you have to do it like the pharaohs. Make your Jews work for you, but watch them as close as you can. Whip your Jews.
Kanye said Jews were better as slaves. You have to put your Jews in their place and make them into your slaves. Sometimes you have to do it like the pharaohs. Make your Jews work for you, but watch them as close as you can. Whip your Jews. I said I wasn't going to react to Kanye's anti-Semitic post on X, but here I am, giving Kanye the attention that he wanted from the beginning. In my opinion, these anti-Semitic, anti-Jew posts on X are nothing more than Kanye's way to seek attention for whatever reason. And we don't know the reason. We can speculate, but at the end of the day, we don't know. We are not in Kanye's brain, people. I've heard people saying that he's posting these anti-Semitic posts because he's jealous of the attention that Kendrick is getting. He wants to be relevant again. He's promoting his clothing line for women. It's dark humor. I mean, I've heard all sorts of reasons and excuses as to why he's posting what he's been posting, which I think is very dangerous personally. Is Kanye calling for violence against the Jews? The simple answer is yes. He is. He is. It's that simple. Like I said just a second ago, people have their opinions, theories as to what motivated Kanye to post those anti-Semitic remarks. Maybe it's just dark humor, like Myron was saying in Piers Morgan's show.
I also think it's important to note that sarcasm and humor and making jokes is a part of what he was saying.
Regardless of what your opinion is, you have to recognize that at the end of the day, you don't know. Why? Because we are not Kanye and we are not in his brain. However, what we do know is what those posts on X say. And what those posts said to the millions of Kanye followers is that people need to make Jews slaves and you have to whip them. Now, can someone tell me how on earth is this not inciting violence? Zuby said it perfectly. Listen to this.
And people insult each other all the time, online, offline. There's all sorts of nastiness that exists in the world, and I'm not trying to police it all. When it comes to the concept of freedom of speech, as I said, to me, the line is not hatred. Hatred is extraordinarily subjective. And even when it's clear, people have a right to be hateful. But if people are going to make threats against individuals, or you're going to call on an audience and tell them, hey, get that person, do this thing to that person, go hurt that person, then to me that is absolutely crossing a line.
Yes, Kanye is inciting violence, and inciting violence against any group of people is not free speech. It's not. There's a big difference between me saying I don't like you because of X, Y, and Z, and you should be my slave and I will whip you. Huge difference. In my opinion, Kanye crossed the free speech line. Like I said before, we can speculate, but at the end of the day, we don't know what the motivating factor was. What we do know is that he's getting a lot of attention for it. Attention is the only thing we can be sure of here. So what's the solution? Inciting hatred is not free speech. Remember this every time you post anything on any platform. Also, just because you have the right to do something, it doesn't mean that it's always morally good to exercise that right. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the reaction. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time, all right? Peace.